I've known Daren for 12 years.
Nutcase, complete nutcase.
He is a bit all over the place.
Trying to keep up with him is difficult.
I don't know what Daren was like at school.
Schoolwork and studying took second place. Daren kept on falling asleep in class. But there was nothing wrong with him.
He was battling, and whilst at varsity days, he had a very definite lead.
But the bottom line was he didn't know how to study.
The memory stuff only came in later.
He said, I'm going to compete in the World Memory Champs. I actually started laughing.
I would never have thought that Daren, in actual fact, would be
Some sort of memory occupation.
Yeah, you kind of back the top academics to be memory experts because you think that's how they succeed.
If anything, he may himself have required some memory training.
It's an unusual career for anyone, let alone...
It's typically Daren, you know. If it's predictable, let's not do it.
Maybe just a dreamer. He's just got massive dreams, and he doesn't just dream, he goes after them.
He's probably one of the most influential young people in this country.
I think that's what Daren does. He sucks the marrow out of life. He doesn't sit on the wings or on the fence going, I wonder what it would be like to experience this.
Daren is living testimony.
He doesn't speculate. He lives life skin to skin.
You need a bit of talent. I mean, he's got to be the only guy who's come to our house who shuffles a deck of cards and then at the same time does a backflip and then continues shuffling. So I mean, there's a little bit of talent when it comes to Daren. I mean, there is genius in there, but the gift that he gives is actually the fact that he dedicates that talent and he actually makes sure that the goal is achieved.
Hi, I'm Daren Denholm, and to be perfectly honest with you, I used to have the concentration span the size of a budgie's kneecap. In school, I was the kid that performed aviation experiments during history class. My maths papers looked more like a practical art exam. By the time I went to university, the stakes had been raised. I didn't have literally any money to study, so what I did was I approached many different businessmen. There was one businessman that actually said to me, Daren, I'm going to pay all your tuition fees. But there's only one catch. He said if I failed one subject, I'd have to pay all my tuition fees with money that I just didn't have. I remember that first year of varsity, I was studying up to 8 hours extra every day, and I was known as that guy that just didn't have a life. So something had to change. It was about at that time I read a quote which changed everything. It was by Charles Jones, and he said that where you will be in 5 years' time is based on two things. Number one, the books that you're reading, and number two, the people that you're hanging out with. So I decided to read pretty much everything I could find on the topic of memory. And not only did I do that, but I decided to get on a plane and travel. I went to London, San Francisco, Canada, Dubai, to pick the brains of the best memory experts from around the world. I'm talking about guys who can memorize entire dictionaries in perfect order and in different languages. That's like trying to remember the birthdays of 10,000 people, including the names of their spouses, children and pets, as well as all of their birthdays and favorite colors. The most amazing thing that I learned was that these guys weren't born with any supernatural ability. They were born with the same mental equipment as everybody else. And when I applied what I learned from them, my marks shot through the roof, and I got to spend more time riding waves while my friends crunched numbers and memorized dates. Like I said, these guys, they weren't born gifted. It was just how they were using their brains that made all the difference. At any given time, nerve impulses are traveling to and from your brain at around 200 miles an hour and passing through a superhighway made up of 100 billion neurons linked through 164 trillion synapses. 7.4 million miles of dendrite fibers, and 62,000 miles of axons. That's how long this highway is of memory storage potential, all packed into a network no bigger than the size of a coconut. Your brain makes up only 2.5% of your body's mass, but it's using around 20% of your body's energy. And it's no surprise if you think that it has the potential to store over 11 million books. So how much of your brain are you using?